Hello guys and welcome to another Ron Gamer video. It's a pleasure to be able to have a video coming out again. I know many of you will be wondering where I am. I was away on a bit of a holiday, but there's more of some work going on in my personal life, so I was a bit away from the game. I didn't really play the game a lot for the last 2 weeks or so. There were a couple of interesting events. And I only managed to collect a few tokens. And I'll talk about that a little bit more, but let's talk a little bit about this event, the Alliance War Choose Your Blade event. I do believe there are quite a few videos out already covering this event. I saw one from Game Rescue who's covered this event pretty well. A few things to just note in this: that you get an opportunity to pick up one of these three infiltrators which are already existing in the game. You get Segunga, ISHKAR and Sarkon, which are poison, fire and physical elemental 4-star titans. Each of these titans have been revamped, that is, they have a new skill set, that is, they have a fire resist skill for Segunga, a poison resist skill for ISHKAR and a lightning resist skill for Sarkon in the first skill slot. So when you get your Titan up to a certain level, you will get 60% of those resists to start off, which makes their older versions relatively obsolete, because these are obviously better. Now I'm not sure if they retrospectively have changed the existing Segunga, ISHKAR and Sarkon to the newer versions, but if they haven't, that's a pity. And so if you would like a better version, this is your opportunity to do that. You also pick up two Titan Offensive 2 and 2 Titan Offensive 3 skills, which is which is obviously nice to get. You get an interesting mix of relics. The Holy Blade 4-star is actually pretty good. Obviously, if you are in possession of the Night Whisperer relic, the 5-star version, this relic is not super important, though the main advantage here is that you can get Titan critical, armor piercing and that Titan charge damage. Now notice that the infiltrators have been improved at the moment. They no longer stop before hitting the target during the charge process. So this relic is more useful now than it was before. Now you also pick up the other relic here. I think, what is it? It's called Sword of Deceit. This relic is actually quite good for titans such as Hell. Perhaps you get critical, but yes, it's certainly quite useful for, I guess, a Sarkon if you picked him up. Because notice these days you would want to take your Titan along with certain troops, so having this along can be quite useful. So if you imagine putting this on with your Sarkon and taking some Storm Maidens along with the Night Whisperer relic, and you get a lot of troop damage boost in that. So I think that's quite a good relic to go for. Now you also have the what's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but it's the Grenadier boosting and armor piercing boosting relic of Flamberge. There you go, that's what it's called. This relic is useful for an ISHKAR if you pick him up. You can get, of course, in this event you are able to use any of the Titans. 4-star Titans to give you a 1.3 boost if they are infiltrators, and you can get a 1.1 boost for a 3-star infiltrator from the event. Now the other thing is the altar is quite interesting. Let me go to the altar again. So here you have on the altar, where's the altar gone? So on the temple pull altar, you have an opportunity to pick one of these Titans, as Segunga, ISHKAR and Sarkon. Now if you do not have any of these Titans, I think it's one could argue that Segunga is probably one of the better ones, because you pick up because Segunga along with Panthers is a very good combination, especially to your grinds during events, and also a pretty decent attacker. Now of course the best infiltrator in the game in my opinion is Loki, and I do not have a Loki so far, but Loki is probably the best four-star infiltrator in the game at the moment, and the other reason he is probably even better than Aurea, and Aurea is the 4-star ice infiltrator, which you can only obtain from the divine altar. But the reason Loki is better, in my opinion, is because he's a lightning element titan, and a lot of people still do not have resistance to lightning, or at least not 100%, which makes him more effective compared to let's say an Aurea or even a Nexus, because ice resistance is still a little bit more common than the other two. So there you go, that's one. Now as you can see, I have already obtained my token, which I obtained by grinding to 14,000 souls, and I'm going to be pulling one now. While I pull one of these, I was considering, because I do not have any of these three titans, I do not have a Sagunga, Ishkar or Sarkon, but I do have a good Sakani, and Sakani is in all intents and purposes the same as a Sagunga, but the Sagunga obviously here has got a better skill in the sense that you pick up a poison resistance along or fire resistance, can't remember, one of these resistance you pick up along. Now the reason I want to go for ISHKAR is because first of all, I do not have a fire infiltrator. I could go for a Sarkon, but a Sarkon comes with lightning resistance, and I do not really think I'll be taking on my Sarkon to attack any Storm Maidens head on straight away. Which could be argued, could be a useful thing, but I don't really think I'll do that. But ISHKAR, because with ISHKAR, I can imagine taking in Grenadiers, and he could also make a pretty decent land defender. And I believe you get a poison resistance. Let me have a quick look at what the resistance are, because I am not sure what they are. Yeah, so you get poison resist with ISHKAR, which is good, I think. So you can have your ISHKAR as a pretty decent land defender. It's quite easy to get 100% resistance to poison with this build, and you can have all Grenadiers at the back. So this ISHKAR could become a decent land defender. So given this sort of combination of skills, I am quite tempted to actually go for ISHKAR. So here I'm going to go ahead and pull my ISHKAR, and before I do that, let me make sure that I have enough storage on my thing. Oh, and yeah, for this event, because I have been trying to I've been not playing the game that often, had a lot of relics left over, tokens, as well as the Theatres of War. Yeah, that was interesting, and I picked up quite a few relics from that event. So given the amount I had, I decided to move on to an event team, and this week I have the pleasure of playing with Beta Ridge. Big shout out to them. They very kindly allowed me to pop in really late into the event, but I have done my part. As you can see, I'm almost finished with the event, and because I've only played on Saturday to Sunday, really, it's mostly been through token pulls, so that's not pretty happy about that, but I really do want to get myself a Loki, and hopefully by the end of this event I should be getting a level 40 Loki, or if not a level 30 Loki, and I'll be happy with any of those versions. So pretty stoked about that. And so let me now go back to my temple, or my castle, and what I want to do is just check how many titans I have and see if I need to fuse some away so I can make room for my new infiltrator ISHKAR. Now I do have space. There you go. I do have space. That's good. So that's good. And I do have space. And I do have the Night Whisper relic, and so I wouldn't mind getting a roll with 0 AP skill. Okay, what am I doing? I need to go there. I need to go to the altar and go ahead and claim my ISHKAR. So there we go. My ISHKAR is going to be coming in. Yeah, and yep. And let's see what skills we get. Fingers crossed. And we have the ISHKAR. Let's take a very quick screenshot, and let's go ahead and view him in the altar. There he is in all his glory, and I do like the fact that he will burn down anything that he touches, so any hidden troops will be revealed. Alright, okay, so what I have got is a double armor piercing. So a critical in the last slot is pretty useful, and a Titan fire damage skill. I'm actually not too upset about this. The damage will not be intense, but I can always get more damage. I would not need to worry about armor piercing, so this Titan would not benefit from the Night Whisperer relic. But certainly, with that fire damage skill there, at least the second one there, and the amount of armor piercing, and the critical, I should be able to get 100% critical with just one relic, one or two relics perhaps. So I think I'm quite happy about this build, and I'll make most of him, and so he's happy. So there you go, guys. That's my ISHKAR. I hope you are all having a good event and getting the most you can. I have used quite a few infiltrators, so I'm pretty happy that I've got this one. I hope to continue to make more videos as you come along, and thank you for sticking onto my channel. If you're new to my channel, please do like, subscribe, and show your support. And I'll catch you all in another Wrong Gamer video.